Good morning, Buck fans. How we feeling? You feeling good? I hope so, because today is the day. It's playoff day. It's a Bucs Revenge Tour day. So stay tuned and welcome to Bucs Report pregame. And let's get ready to be entertained. And we're going to discuss the keys to the Bucs victory. Let's go. That's right. That's what we're looking to do today to this Detroit Lions team. Good morning, Buck fans. What's up? It's AJ Turn Up here with the Bucs Report pregame show. I hope you guys are doing good. I hope you got your workout in. I hope you got your beer ready. I hope you got your barbecue set. I hope everything is already done. It is 11 o'clock right now. You should be prepping for everything and be done by 1 so you can sit back and get ready, because this is an important day. This is the day that the Bucs are going to go in there, and we are going to face the Detroit Lions. We're going to go in there, whoop their ass. And I know, folks, I want to say let's get ready for San Fran, but I won't say that yet until 60 minutes are off the clock after this game. But it's a very important game. Like Bucs Ray Bolts just said, what's up, my man? Bucs put up or shut up. Which one Bucs Devin White is going to get better and get live today? Look, we're going to get into all that. I just want you to know this is a Bucs team. I truly think this Bucs team is ready. I think that this Bucs team has what it takes. I know it because this is a team with experience. Now, I want to get this out the way. If you haven't seen it last night, please check out the aftermath on 102.9 Game Broad Street South Radio. We had Porty Rich Lou in the house. He was out here spitting that wonderful Port Richie Lou was out here giving us everything and got the hype video. If you haven't seen it, go and check it out. Again, if you have children, get them out the room. Don't even tell them to cover their ears. Get them out the room, because my man is just going to tell it how it is. He turns up just like me. So with that being said, though, this is a team that is very capable of winning. Don't let the media fool you. And then again, you got trollers, but we want guys like clowns like this to eat their words. Let me just show you what we're dealing with. Again, you're Danny Bennett to the world. Look at that. Detroit Lion fans are not sleeping on the Bucs, but oddly, Buck fans are sleeping on the Lions. Now, as you heard, if you go and check it out, JT Olsen said last night that Detroit fans are really out here. They're the ones that are out here thinking that they're going to sweep this Bucs team. As this team, if put it this way, this is how you separate your team fandom from football fandom. I am a fan of the game of football. I am not only the Bucs, but unfortunately, you got a lot of Detroit fans out there who aren't used to this. You got a lot of Detroit fans out there who sipping the social media Kool-Aid because Detroit is the social media darling. That's why. And unfortunately, the Detroit Lion fans are falling for it. You cannot fall for it, guys. Do not allow Detroit fans, don't let them get you in trouble or get your feelings hurt. Your Detroit Lions team, very happy that you have come out of the shadows of being sorry for so many years. That's a beautiful thing. No one likes to see a team in so much turmoil unless you're the Saints. We'll enjoy that shit. That's nothing wrong with that. Continue to be in blunder for a long time. We don't mind that. But the issue is, don't think that you made it already. You act like you've been there. I guess for a lot of you who wasn't born before 91, you wouldn't get it. So I get it, but don't get overconfident. This is a dangerous team. Any team that gets into the divisional playoffs, no matter who they are, is a dangerous team. And this Bucs team is dangerous. The Buccaneers are on a revenge tour. Do you understand? We are beating teams that were beating us before. We took care of the Philadelphia Eagles like it was nothing because they didn't want to play for it, and that's their fault. That's what happens when you don't want it. So, Detroit fans, relax. Don't let these media people, this is unfortunately, they're going to talk. They're going to say whatever bullshit that they want you to overbelieve yourself. Of course. And a lot of times they're not even watching the games. And for you Detroit fans out there, yeah, well, we beat y'all in week 6. Let me tell you again, this is the difference between being a fan of the game and a fan of your team. Week 6 was a long time ago. You were playing a Bucs team with a new offensive coordinator who didn't know, who was trying to find himself with this offense. Do you think, if you think the Bucs offense is the same offense that you guys faced in week 6 in October, you're going to be in for a real surprise. I guarantee you, your Detroit Lions players are probably telling you fans, hey, y'all, this is not the same team. You see what happens when guys like CJ Gardner runs his stupid ass mouth. Look at how fast Dan Campbell had to come out and do damage control. He basically had to say, whoa, whoa, whoa. I guarantee you, behind closed doors, Dan Campbell was like, hey, you shut the hell up. First of all, you didn't even play last game. And second, we better not lose this game because of your ass. Do not give them any bulletin board things. Do not give them extra motivation. And I assure you, Dan is probably telling his players, like, look here, we ain't done shit yet. We just won one playoff game. And here's the thing, Lions, you barely beat this Rams team. That Rams team is not better than the Bucs. I'm sorry that you guys think that. Don't let the media hype you. Puka had a hell of a season. Sure did. So did Stafford. But they don't have a team like the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are a far more dangerous team because here's another thing. Y'all had to go back and forth with Green Bay Packers. Look what the Bucs did in the regular season. We took care of them. But we know, and look at where Packers are now. Jordan Love, unfortunately, showed who he was and made stupid decisions. But again, the whole point is, do not think you're going to come up, that the Bucs are just going to come up in there and they are scared of you. Matter of fact, the pressure is more on the Detroit Lion fans. You know why? Bucs have been here before, baby. Bucs have been. Did you forget just only a few years ago, the Bucs were Super Bowl champions? You want to know who is still on that roster that was Super Bowl champions and that have experience in playoffs, that have played in hostile territories, that had to go in Washington on a hot defense back then, that had to go against the Saints, who were a Super Bowl pick as well. Then we had to go into Lambeau Field and play the great Aaron Rodgers, who had an MVP season. Then we had to then we played against Patrick Mahomes when they were on the road with Tyreek Hill and them. Buccaneers players have been there. Mike Evans was there. Chris Godwin was there. Tristan Wirfs was there, and he was a rookie, and he's only improving more. Aaron Stinney was there. Let's go to the defensive side. Vita Vea was there. Carlton Davis, Jamal Dean, Antoine Winfield, William Golston, Levante the Great David, Devin White. This team has been there before. They can handle adversity much better than your team. You guys, Detroit, you haven't been there long enough. How is Jared Goff going to manage if he throws a turnover early? How is he going to manage it if he throws a pick six and you guys are down 2 possessions? Again, it's very possible your defense is susceptible to getting thrown on. It's not like you guys are the greatest on defense. I keep telling you, don't let the media turn you. You're not the 49ers. And I know people will say, well, look how the 49ers still have experience and they have a great, talented team all across the board. Their weakest thing, of course, is their quarterback, but even still, all the talent can do that. You don't have a Fred Warner on your defense. You don't. You don't have a Ward on your defense. You don't have a Nick Bosa. Don't give me that Hutchinson shit. Hutchinson is good, but because if we want to talk about past games, when Hutchinson was playing the Bucs, Gedke was dogging him, and you know he's not going to do anything to Tristan Wirfs. So I would be very careful on how you go into this game, Detroit fans. Again, JT Olsen last night said it, that, if you think you're going to go in there and blow this Bucs team out, the only way you would blow this Bucs team out that they came in totally unprepared, if they just act like they didn't want to be there. But again, the pressure is on Detroit. Detroit has to come out there and play good ball as well. They can't afford to mess up. This is not the same team. We will turn Jared Goff into Jared Goff because he is known to choke if the Buccaneers, if he gets blitzed. And I know he's somewhat good against the blitz, but this is going to be a different scheme. And for you Detroit Lion fans out there, you don't get it. And I know you don't understand. And that's all right that you don't get it. But Bowles has a knack of typically learning the habits and behaviors of teams the second time he's done it. Again, when we was on that run, when our Super Bowl run, when we were getting beat by the Chiefs, Bowles figured that shit out in the Super Bowl, and look what happened. And typically when he figures it out, we embarrass teams. So keep that in mind, Detroit, while you're sitting here thinking that you're the one that can blow this team out. Again, if you guys go down early with a couple scores, let's say you go down 13-0 in the first quarter, it could get ugly for y'all because then y'all haven't been there before. Y'all will be playing nervous. Detroit will be desperate to try to get back in the game, and that's when this Bucs defense can pin their ears back and go after you. And it could be vice versa, but I'm betting on a team with more experience that has been there. So this is why don't listen to this guy right here. Don't listen to Danny Bennett. He was being silly. He's trolling. And again, Detroit fans, we get it. You guys won, but don't rely on destiny. That's called bullshit. Don't rely on Disney bullshit. You bet Detroit players are not going to go in there and think we are destined. No, they want to go in there and play and take this Bucs team seriously. So don't listen again. Don't listen to the media with their bullshit. They're going to say that. They have to. You are the social media darlings. Now, when the game is on the line, that is why Bucs fans, we know this because we've been in this situation. And in fact, that's another reason why Bucs fans are in a way kind of nervous about playing Detroit Lions in Detroit, because you are the social media fans. We are, darlings, we are hoping that the refs do not try to put the game in y'all favor. Again, if we're going to keep it a buck, Detroit, there should have been a penalty on that Puka play. So don't act like it. And I get it. You got screwed over with Dallas. That was bullshit. And the world was with you. But now you're taking things a little too far. You're out here, bumping your gums a little too much. Not the players mostly, except for CJ's punk ass. But Detroit fans, this is new territory for y'all. If you guys think you're just gonna walk in this Bucs game and just roll over them, you got a sad thing coming. For all we know, this could be a down the wire game or blowout. But again, the odds are still more in our favor. Yes, do I think this is an evenly matched team? Absolutely. But give me Mike Evans over Amon-Ra any day. He ain't been in the league long enough for y'all to be out here crowning him. Yes, they're two separate type of receivers, but can Amon-Ra do what Evans do? No. And Evans more likely can't do what he does, but Evans does what he does the best. Amon-Ra does not, and he can be stopped. Again, I think Detroit fans, you got to have some reality. You might get a reality check that you don't want to hear. You have got to relax. Again, I have to get this out here because I was baffled. The Bucs fans, we're sitting here. Look, trust me. You guys are the 6.5-point favorites, Detroit. How the hell y'all? You can't try to go in there with an underdog mentality and when you're the favorites. Again, you have been the social media darlings all season. I respect Coach Campbell. I think he's a hell of a guy. He has turned this team around, but you are not completely there yet. Detroit, you are not a Super Bowl team just yet. You have a lot of leaks on your defense to fix. And as I said, Hutchinson has been playing very well, but Hutchinson he's not Bosa or TJ Watt or Myles Garrett yet. Y'all, look, again, the last time he played us. He didn't really, again, the biggest thing that happened the last game was that damn tip pass that y'all had, and it turned the game around in your favor. But if you go back to it, the Bucs were hanging in there. As again, y'all scored 20 points. You didn't score 30-something. You scored 20, and we kept it at that. Again, I truly think this will be a different game. So now that I have gotten all that out the way, because I know Bucs fans like, well, tell us what, and Detroit fans probably like, well, what is it that the Bucs need to do that's going to beat them? Now, on offense, I continue to say this, and I will always say this. For the rest of this season, offense, I'm putting a lot of pressure on the Bucs offense because they have to be the heroes. Because what I mean by that, this Bucs team has an offense that is potent enough to get big leads. They have enough to chew the clock. Their passing game is good. Their line in the pass blocking is good. But why do I say that? Because again, we don't want to put a lot of pressure on the defense, and I will explain why after I say what needs to be done on offense. So for today, on offense, I truly, again, think that the Buccaneers need to get the short passing game going first. Get this Bucs offense in the rhythm. Baker Mayfield is a quarterback that needs rhythm, and nothing is wrong with that. If he gets in the rhythm, that's how he starts assessing defenses. That's how he knows where to change it up when it's necessary, as you saw what he did against the Eagles when he saw certain coverages. And also, it gets the receivers warmed up. Let's start moving Evans around. He's going to be double. So anytime Detroit doubles Evans, you make them pay with either Godwin in the slot or Trey Palmer. So when it comes to Godwin and Evans, you need to move them around. I don't necessarily want to see them on the same side so the defense can do it unless you know that's a decoy and you got somebody else that's the number one option. In the shotgun for Baker, the Bucs Canals cannot afford to try to develop plays that take more than 3 seconds. I think early on, you want him to get the ball out quick. That means Otten will have to step up. I truly think Otten can be the factor in the middle of the field. So if their linebackers are coming in and they want to blitz, get the ball out quick to Otten, throw it up the seam, and that's it. He will make things happen. Try to do that, establish that. And then when it comes to the screen passes, we want to get Rachaad White open. I think a heavy dose of Rachaad White in the short passing game will be a necessity. Use him for checkdowns. Also, when they want the passing game will eventually set up the run game. But when it comes to the passing, I want to see more crossing routes. We've seen what Moore and Trey Palmer are capable of. Trey Palmer said he woke up again pissed today. So again, I already said it. Trey Palmer, the expectations are set now, so we do expect you to go off. And with his speed, I want him to challenge these linebackers on the Detroit Lions defense horizontally. I do not think there's not that many linebackers in the league that are great at east and west coverage because they don't usually have the speed to do that. What we want to do is tire this linebacking core out on offense, but with speed. That's why I think crossing routes would really help develop early because now it would confuse the linebackers. And then if they start backing out of coverage out of the box, now you have Rachaad White or Edmonds, if he plays today, that can get that run game going because they're going to be out of the box. And then if the linebacking core is a little winded trying to keep up with Palmer or David Moore in crossing routes, they might not be able to hit the hole, their gap, and hit Rachaad White like they want to because they're winded. So the point is, in the offense, you want to tire this team out. Now, take the deep shots if they are there. Now, anytime Evans have one-on-one coverage, you go to him. If, again, take what the defense gives you. If they are playing 6 to 8 yards off of Evans, throw that shit to him. Get those easily 3 to 5 yards. That's what you should do. But again, I don't know if we're the type of team that can score super fast. So what we want to do we're not going to score super fast. We have got to bleed the clock to where it puts the pressure on the Detroit Lions offense to score. And that's another thing. If the Bucs get the ball, the kickoff, it is imperative, and I mean this, Canales, you cannot go in there trying to just take 3 points. You got to go for the score. You got to go for it. Again, if you're in the red zone and you see that Evans is one-on-one, then you go to him, no matter what. But if they're going to double him, you need to develop a route to where there's an under route with Trey's speed, so he can be the safety guy with his speed that can take away the coverage with the nickel and the linebacker. And then you can have Godwin, because he's an intermediate monster. You have him take a nice little in route run, slant in the end zone. That's how you got to develop that. And of course, Rachaad White can be the running back where he can block and then roll out, and just in case. And this is the type of plays that I think in the passing game would truly help this Bucs offense. Take a look at this, guys. Now, take out Jarrett and put in Moore, but this is the type of stuff that I want to see, because look at this type of coverage. If Evan goes out, they're going to double him. The safety is going to have to run and honor that Evans is. If a corner and a safety are on Evans, that corner, that other nickel, he can't keep up with Palmer's speed. In the middle of the field will be wide open. And then for safe measures, you got Godwin there, who can be the short, shallow crossing route. He can be the safe guy just in case. And of course, I think Rachaad White should be the blocker on this one. But plays like that is what will help this Bucs offense get in there. And let's get to the, I hear what you're saying. First play of the game should be a deep shot, maybe, only if it's there. You do not want to take an unnecessary deep shot if it's not there. If it's one-on-one coverage, go for it, absolutely, because two good things could happen. Either he catches it or it's an interference call, and it could take them off guard. Maybe. If you do take that deep shot, that could be something good. Now, I'll say this. If they bite on that, let's say it's incomplete and they don't load the box, okay, that's where you get a short pass to get in there. I think on second downs, the issue that Canales has had is sometimes he want to take his deep shot there. And I don't think so. I don't think that's necessary. Again, start with the little stuff. Take what they give you. You only take that kind of shot if you know that they have a certain coverage where you know your man's going to beat them one-on-one. So offensively, that is how I think they need to be aggressive. They have got to come out there and score on that first drive, because that is going to put a lot of pressure on this Detroit team. And again, this is why I keep emphasizing that the Bucs offense has to be the hero, because if they are the heroes, we want our defense to be the villains. And what I mean by that, let's get to the defensive side. I truly think when this Bucs offense is going, the defense turns from a good defense to a dominant defense. Why do I say that? Because in the past, when Bowles had players and schemes trying to do certain things that's too complex, you have to be perfect. And when the Bucs are not perfect on defense, that's when they slowly fall apart, because as we know, in our pass defense, we're ranked very low because we allow them to get a lot of yards and we allow defense to get in rhythms. We cannot do that today. We cannot do that. So again, if the offense gets out there and they do their job, this makes the defense, our defense, more comfortable to where they go, you know what? We got this. We got this, and we can just go out there and pin our ears back and get after the damn quarterback. Now, when it comes to the defensive side, I know people are saying that Detroit's run game is going to be there, a necessity to stop, and I agree. I agree 100%. We do need to stop those guys. Montgomery and Jabir, we have to. They can be very dangerous, but the first order of business, the guy that you want to take out the game, that is the essential key to making their pass offense going. And I know people think it is Laporta. It's not. It's Amon-Ra. And what the way to beat Amon-Ra, do not give him space. So today, Bowles, cushion coverage for Amon-Ra is not allowed. Outlaw that shit. That shit should be illegal. You don't want to have a guy like him to get going. Jam and press him on the line. Do not allow him to get any friction going, to get any momentum moving. And the way you do that, you don't assign one person on him. You switch it up. So you put Zion McCollum on him because Zion and Jamel Dean are your two guys that you rotate because those two have the speed to recover just in case if Amon-Ra beats them. They can recover. Carlton Davis, I wouldn't do it. Love the guy, but he doesn't have the speed to recover. And besides, I want him on other guys to shut them down completely. So the first order of business is to neutralize Amon-Ra, which I do think it's possible because also if you jam him, you also can put Antoine Winfield over him just in case if the corner gets beat. So sometime we are gonna have to double him. And I think we have the personnel to do so. And then also, if we are to blitz, I don't think we're going to blitz like we did against the Eagles because Goff can make you pay. But if you're going to blitz, we do have to be perfect. Like Rick Hughes from Bucs Live said, we cannot mess up. We cannot screw this up. But I truly believe if the Bucs can play man coverage when they blitz, the blitz will be a lot more effective because at that point, he cannot get the ball out quick enough, or if he does, a turnover will happen, or he'll have to take a sack. What we don't want is what we did last game. What killed this Bucs defense is the simple fact that we allow too much space. This is a team that also built on rhythm because they have a line to do so. So make them one-dimensional quick. If you make them one-dimensional quick, that will literally put them in a position where they are not necessarily able to handle that. Their strength is their offense. So the defense has got to find a way to keep them out of the end zone. You have got to find a way. And again, the best way is to shut Amon-Ra down. He is the number one priority, in my opinion, because if he gets going, that's when the run game can get going. Because here's the thing, even if they look like the run game is having a decent effect, but if they're not getting in the end zone and the Bucs score first and the clock, we want them to be scared of the damn clock. That's why I think, again, on offense, if they chew enough clock, even if the run game looks like it's going to be a little effective, we want Detroit in the back of their mind saying, yeah, but we're taking too much time. You know, we're down 10-0 and it's the first quarter and it's about to be the second quarter. We can't continue this. We want them to panic. And again, playing more man. I'm not saying all game, but I think if you play more man against this team, you will have success. Laporta is a very good tight end, but he is still a rookie. Again, Levante, the great David, is an experienced guy. Did you see what he did to Travis Kelce in the Super Bowl? I'm not super worried about Laporta because Levante, I think, is good enough to neutralize him. And then this time, I want to see Devin White come to life. I do want to see Devin White, especially I want to see him more in being a pass rusher. And that means I hope Bowles moves Devin White all around the field. Put him in all type of coverages. Make him look like he's gonna back out, but he blitzes. I'm sure that Bowles is gonna design packages that Jared Goff and Ben Johnson has never seen. But the order of business is that it has to work. And like I said, the guys on defense that to me has to shine that will make this defense run. The three guys is Kancey, Yaya, and Winfield. And Kancey, the reason why I think Kancey has got to be the one to step up is because Vita Vea is going to do his job. We already know that Vita Vea is going to command double blocking, which, because if they don't, that would be silly on Detroit's part, and that would be stupid. As good as Detroit's line is, they still have to respect and honor Vita Vea out there. So when Vita Vea is being doubled, that means Kancey has got to get to Goff. He's got to him before, but this time I do think Kancey is more he's more seasoned. He is improved. And Yaya on the outside as a pass rusher, he is gonna have to dominate. And another thing that I will say that for Yaya, if he's not rushing the passer, watch the flats because they're going to want to. Detroit is going to want to dink and dunk as well. So watch it. They got good running backs in Montgomery. So if I am Yaya, be on the lookout on those short little side passes in the flats. And then, of course, Antoine, who always wins on the field. We definitely need him. If he's going to blitz, he has to get there. And I think he will, and I'm very confident in that. But also in coverage, watch Amon-Ra. If your corner looks like he's about to get beat, help him out, please. And watch some of the deep shots. But again, it's going to be imperative that Winfield is on. We need Winfield to really help us back there because let's be real. I wouldn't be surprised if Carlton gets beat a few times, even Jamel, especially if they're in zone coverage. So we are really going to have to rely on this defense. Again, if the offense can do their job, it makes life so much easier for this Bucs defense. I want the Bucs defense just to think about getting to the quarterback and not worrying about anything else. I want the Bucs defense to say, man, that's crazy. We're up 2 possessions in the third quarter, and now they are going to have to pass. They're going to have to do things like this because they can't run the ball anymore. And of course, if they want to run the ball, load that damn box. Take them out of that early. We already know. Like I said, I understand and I'm very aware Detroit has a solid line, one of the best lines in the game. That's why I think loading the box will help make Goff beat you. And again, like I said, these are the keys to that game. Like I said, the Bucs offense has got to be the hero, and the defense today has to play a lot more man coverage to slow down and neutralize. You neutralize Amon-Ra, you have a chance to win this game, y'all. And I think we can. I honestly think we have what it takes. And I want to look at some of these comments. Think Baker told Baker don't listen to CJ. Look, either way, CJ's going to give us one. I just have a feeling that his dumb ass, he's going to be overzealous. And he's going to cause a penalty, or he might just be overzealous and get burnt. But I'm telling you right now, CJ better not be the reason that Detroit loses. Oh, man. If he is the reason that they lose, I'd just pack my shit right now and get out of Detroit because ain't no way he want to stay there with them dudes. They're going to be on him. So, again, CJ put the pressure on himself because any small mistake he makes, it's going to be magnified on him. So this is why coaches tell players, don't run your damn mouth, because if it doesn't go your way, the issue is going to be on you. And say something, Jared Goff. Nah, look, we want to turn him to Jared Goff. Shaq Barrett, he's another one. I just want him. I think with Shaq Barrett, his experience is what's going to help us because he's going to be able to recognize certain coverages. Do I want him to have a breakout game? Absolutely. But what I want for Shaq is to be able to understand what they're going to do in their scheme. I'm not looking for him to be the big hero, and that's nothing wrong. It's no diss to him. I fuck with Barrett. Barrett has been that guy, but at this moment, I want the younger guys to step up as well and help Barrett out. Because if they help him out, Shaq's experience alone will help. And like I said, Rachaad White, he's going to be a key in the back passing game. And of course, let's go with this. Do you want the ball first? If we get the ball first, we need to score. Like I said, if we get the ball first, the Buccaneers have got to come away with 7 points. They cannot walk away with 3 or no points. Unacceptable. Because again, if you score, you're putting the pressure on Detroit. And Detroit might have to come out and rearrange their whole thing. Especially, let's say if the Bucs, if we start with the ball, I would love the Bucs to take off at least 6 to 7 minutes off the clock. That would be amazing to me. You do that because now, damn, it's 8 minutes left. Whoa, hold on. Because now they can't afford to take a deep shot necessarily. because now the pressure will be on them. So if but I only reason I don't want the Bucs to start the ball, in my opinion, because I want to see what this defense does. If this defense gets a stop and the Bucs score on offense, now you literally are raising the level of hypeness when it comes to this Bucs defense. They're gonna want to get the ball back for you, and it's gonna mess with Detroit's head because they haven't been here. So that's why I really want to see what the Bucs defense do. If they can get a 3 and out, and the Bucs can walk away with 3 to 7 points at that point, at that time, now you're making Detroit nervous. And Antonio Santiago, it's time. You damn right, it's time. It's time for the Bucs to put things away. Shout out to Miss Carmen Craving. Let's go Bucs. That's right. Let's go Bucs. Now, before I sound off here, again, I also want to say I'm damn proud of this Bucs team because no one gave us a fighting chance. Everyone thought that we were finished when the great Tom Brady left. Everyone thought that the Bucs team was just going to be washed. They gave us 2 to 5 wins tops. And we are showing them that you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Stick to social media and let us real fans that love the game of football do the talking. That's something that I wish would happen. I wish that for ESPN, anytime they talk about certain teams, they let a fan who knows the game be able to call in and set them right. I would love to tell Stephen A. Smith, well, wait a minute, what you talking about? You said all this stuff and you don't know what the hell you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? And I would love to tell the other commentators, what? Did you even watch the game or did you watch a few clips? But we're not worried about that. Again, I'm very proud, win or lose. Even if the Bucs lose today, will I be pissed? Hell yeah. But I will be still damn proud of how far we've gotten. Again, this is a team that's on the rise. We are ahead of schedule. Can you imagine, especially if we lose a close game? You know, Evans should want to come back. Levante might want to give it another year. We would have more money to get maybe free agents. We can get another year with Bowles to draft. And like I said, so far, Bowles, I'm very impressed. Now, I criticized you in the past. You deserved a lot of it, but you have kept the ship right when people thought that it wasn't going to be right. So I always am appreciative of that, and you have my support. So, Coach, get in there and win today. Bucs, this is time. Now is the time. We cannot hold anything back. I want this Bucs team to go out there, and even if they lose, they can still hold their heads up high and say, the better team won today, but I gave it all my best. But I truly do think that this Bucs team has what it takes to win today. As I told you guys, I said the Bucs would win more than likely 27-17. Now, and I said this, though. This is just wishful thinking. I still think, like, logically, not a Bucs fan, but just for a football fan, the Bucs will win 27-17. I just think that I truly think that the offense will get a head start and get an early lead, and they'll sit on it for a while. They'll have a few missed opportunities on offense, but the Bucs defense will be able to stop Detroit because they're going to be in panic mode because they're going to be down. Now, with the wishful thinking, if the Bucs get up at least 13 points in the first quarter, I think the Bucs will blow them out 37 to 20. But that's the wishful thinking in me, because then I'll think that when Detroit does score, it'll be garbage time. But as always, guys, thank you for tuning in to the Bucs Report pregame. Be free to check us out on the Aftermath on 102.9 The Game Broad Street South Radio with my co-host Slick, a.k.a. the British guy who's always fly on standby. Check out Bucs Live, Rick Hughes, on Tuesdays at 9 p.m. And if you want to personally check me out, go to It's About Bucking Time on my YouTube channel. Go to my Instagram, AJ Turnup, and check out the link. I got good merchandise that's all about positivity. But now I'm about to get ready for this game. And as always, go